Today we're going to talk about imagination and your brain. You know that through scientific studies around the world, to your brain, imagination and reality, there's no difference. You know how Wikipedia, when they have articles, they leave references at the bottom to back up their claims? That's what I do. Underneath this video, there's going to be links to direct studies, scientific studies that were done regarding this subject. One of the experiments that they did was they got 3 groups of people. One group is going to practice throwing basketball, getting it in from a certain distance, getting it into the basket. The second group is going to imagine doing that. So they saw the basketball court and the hoop, they know the distance, and they're going to imagine this only. And the third group doesn't do anything. They know about the court, basketball and all that, but they don't do anything. After several weeks, I don't know what it was, 3-4 weeks pass, they tested them. They got the ones that actually physically practiced, and they saw logged their improvement. Then they took the other group that just imagined it, logged their improvement, and then they took the other group and logged, that didn't do anything. And guess what it showed? It showed that the group that actually physically played basketball or practiced basketball, shooting the ball into the hoop, improved as much as the ones that imagined it. So the ones that imagined it, that never threw basketballs in the hoop, improved as much as the ones that actually practiced it. This is what the study's shown. Another one was playing piano. So they got they taught 3 groups of people. The first group, they taught how to do the scale. These people never played piano in their life. They were taught how to do the scale. They were all taught how to do the scale. The first group, however, practiced every day physically. The second group imagined practicing. The third group didn't do anything. Guess what happened? That's right. After several weeks, the ones that imagined improved as much as the ones that actually did it. This is not bullshit. You could check out the references I'm leaving down below this video. Many of them go to published studies. To further clarify what's going on, is they put these sensors on your brain, on your head, these special sensors that sense where activity is happening in your brain. And they got somebody to watch sports, and they see what happens, goes on their brain when they watch sports. Now they tell the same person, imagine that you're playing. Imagine you're the athlete playing that sport, whatever it is. Let's say soccer. And there's no difference in the brain. The same regions, the target regions light up. So whether they imagine playing sports or they actually played sports, to the brain, when you scan it, there's no difference. Isn't that weird? So watching sports, playing sports, or imagining playing sports, the same regions in your brain light up. There's no difference. So your brain doesn't know. Now, if I tell you, if you were the subject, and I tell you, imagine you're playing soccer, and then I say, watch soccer being played on a TV, and then I say, play soccer for real, right? Well, you're going to know the difference. You're going to say, well, now I'm imagining it, and now I'm playing it, now I'm watching it. You know the difference. But that you, the you that knows the difference, is not your brain, because your brain lights up the exact same way. Now, there is some new research that came out in the last few years, I think 2014, that says something like, when you imagine it, the flow goes this way, and then when it's really happening, the flow goes the other way. But the point is, the end target is still being lit up the exact same way. Let's say you're the subject of the test, of this experiment, and I tell you to imagine driving a car. And then after I say, drive your car for real, right? Now to the brain, there's no difference. The same target regions light up, exactly the same. Yet somehow you will know the difference though. You'll say, well, now I'm imagining it and now I'm driving it, but who is that? Who is that inside you that knows the difference? I'll tell you who it is. It's your soul, or your spirit, or that point of awareness that you really are. Call it what you want. A part of your consciousness, well, your true self consciousness, that knows. But your brain doesn't know, because your brain is just like a robot. It's just a vehicle. Now this would explain why there is racism in the world, why there is bullying in the world. How? How the hell can that explain that? I'll tell you how. When you talk with somebody, or talk to somebody, if someone's standing in front of you and you're talking to them, okay, and you're looking at them, you're focusing on them, guess what? Your brain is pretending that you are that person, whether you know it or not. It's like you become the other person to the brain, okay? So if your brain doesn't like, not your brain now, if your brain doesn't like, or if your body or your ego, however you want to call it, if that doesn't like the other person, the way they sound, the way they talk, you're not going to like the other person. You're going to react in a negative way. That's what bullying is. When kids see somebody in school or whatever, and they pick on them, bully on them, what's really going on is that scientifically, they are becoming the other person, okay? The brain is pretending you're that person, and if your brain or your body or your ego doesn't like that result, it's going to come out in a negative way. Now, if you're not in control of this, you will lash out. You will think it's a normal response, and you will lash out. You will bully the other person or do something offensive, because what's really going on is your brain saying, no, I don't want to be that. I'm not that. I'm not that. Okay? That's going on whether you like it or not. That's what's going on inside your brain. So we have to realize this. I'll give you another example. Let's say somebody doesn't like gay people. Some gay people, I have nothing against gays, but some gay people act a certain way, if you know what I mean. The stereotype of some gays, let's say. So if your brain, remember, it's not you, it's not the real you, let's say your soul. If your brain doesn't like what it sees, or if your brain doesn't like, for some reason, your ego doesn't like it, it will send back a negative feedback to you. And then you are going to, maybe, depending the type of personality you are, do something to that person offensive, maybe verbally offensive, maybe physically offensive. You're going to do something offensive if your brain doesn't want to be that person. So how do we fix this? How do we stop bullying? How do we stop racism? Well, first of all, in school, this has to be taught. In elementary school already, this has to be taught that when you talk with somebody, you become them. Your brain, this is going on in your brain. You actually become them. So all you have to do is say, whoa, I am not them. I am in this body. My brain thinks I'm them, but really, time out, I'm not them. I'm in this body, they're in that, so I have nothing to worry about. I don't need to be, I don't have to lash out. I don't have to be offensive. I don't have to defend myself, because I'm in this body. I am not that person over there in that body. I'm in this body. Right? This point of consciousness, this point of awareness, this soul, however you want to say it, I'm here. There's another one over there. I'm not that. Your brain is pretending you are that. But you have to say to yourself, no, I'm not that. And I think if we teach this starting in elementary school, through high school and all this, I think that's going to help a lot with any type of hate toward another group or person. I think this would help a lot, because there's stuff going on in the background okay? It has, like in this, like in these studies, this example, where it's not all as it seems. There's other stuff going on. Now, if we know about this, right? If we know about that this is going on, it can help us greatly in shaping how you react toward others and stuff like that. So that's it for this video. I hope you like it. Give me a thumbs up. Subscribe would really help. Also, sharing this video would help me out a lot. Just want to spread the message. And right now I'm going to pretend that I am getting rid of the cabal on this planet. Yes, the cabal. They are disappearing. I am getting rid of them. They are not controlling us anymore. See you next time.